Today I fucked up by not listening to Google. I am going on a 4-day tour, holiday with my one class to a city that has a guy friend of mine. I want to meet him and who knows where that could lead to, and if it does I want to be prepared. I've been doing better skincare routines, exercise, better sleep and also wanted to shave my taco. I've been heavily dedicated to this and searched everything up for the trip, just in case, and I've never shaved before so I went into depth about how to do it properly. The only thing I didn't do was use a new, sharp, clean razor like they said you should. I thought that it wasn't that necessary and that it was just for a cleaner cut and I didn't want to do it later as I'd HVE to go buy a new one. So I do it and I was cleaning up the lips when the blade took a piece of my lip off. I tell you now I screamed bloody murder and bekwase I was sitting on the edge of the bath I jerked from the pain and slipped. Hit my head on the toilet and to top it all off, my dad heard me scream and like the hero he is he came to my rescue asking what's wrong and if I'm okay. I was still dizzy from hitting my head so I didn't AWNSER immediately so he started frantically asking if I was okay. I got frustrated and in the pure moment shouted at him that I cut my vagina off. Dead silence as the realization hit me that I just told my dad what I was doing. I was still in immense pain as a chunk of my lip was off and my dad just silently backed away from the bathroom door and I heard him go to his room. After I got out, took a while, and cleaned up my crime scene I just went to bed. Not 10 minutes later my dad knocks on my door and just says, "We've all been through it hun," and walks away. I want to KMS after that. Still can't close my legs right without pain. Edit. I thought this would be a post with just a few women also telling their coochie mishaps but my goodness I never thought I'd wake up to this. 1. My head is fine now it's just hurts to touch where it hit. 2. This was on Friday so it was a few days ago so it hurts less, my cooch. But damn peeing is something I am not liking RN. 3. I see some people think it's fake and we all do sometimes but what I know is it happened to me and I feel so embarrassed lol. 4. Also for some of you thinking I took a ginormous piece off bekwase of my wording. No I didn't. Yes it's a piece about a cm or so down my VV that's it. It did bleed quite a bit and yes I am keeping a watch, thank you to who told me to. I just used different words to describe the piece of flesh as I don't like using the same word over and over again. 5. Thank you to those in the comments giving tips on shaving. I am taking all of this in for the next time I attempt this lol. Too long did not read. TIFU by not listening to Google about using a new razor and cut a sliver of my coochie's lip off. I once used my wife's razor for my face. I've only used it once she says. It should still be sharp she says. It was not sharp. Was not sharp. I feel your pain. A razor used on legs should not be used anywhere sensitive. Organic thin sliced beef makes a killing on the market these days. We've all been through it, hun. Hope this guy will appreciate what you went through for him flushed. Well, Dad is right. It does happen to everyone. If you're going to shave, you need to be prepared for accidents. I've nicked my sack and nicked the shaft, both with a blade and electric trimmers. Today I fucked up by trusting my dog. For context, I live on a hobby horse farm, and have 2 Australian shepherds. One is a puppy and always getting into trouble, the other is 4 years old and very trustworthy. I'll call the puppy P and the older one W for the sake of this story. We are rural enough that I can let them outside with light monitoring, but they are usually inside unless out with me. This weekend we have a family member's wedding with a lot to do, so I have been exhausted. I normally do evening farm chores before dark, but fell asleep and didn't wake back up to get them done until 4 a.m. Both dogs always come with me to do my farm chores, and today was no exception. Except, I noticed about halfway through chores that both the older dog and younger were missing. P likes to go lay back up by the house so I easily dismissed that part. W usually stays right with me though. I heard my ducks in the background making noise, and W likes to walk behind them and slowly herd them around the yard, so I thought it likely that's what she was doing. I called them both to come back to me and neither one responded. Being 4 am, I just quickly finished my chores and walked back towards the house. I trusted that my dogs, specifically W, would not be doing anything wrong, especially if she heard me calling her. They both saw me walk up and came running back from the neighbor's field adjacent my house, and I didn't think anything of it. I hopped in the shower and walked out to go to bed. Bright red vomit. Everywhere. Over everything. Their new beds, their fancy cages. Where it wasn't bright red, it was black sludge. I panicked and got a closer look. It was moving. So much movement. There were maggots in both types of vomit. Not just a few, but enough to make it look like an optical illusion. I cannot get the smell out of my nose. It is so strong throughout the house. I used an entire roll of paper towels. As far as I can tell, the dogs ate a fawn that must have been caught by the neighbor's tractor when cutting hay about 2 days ago. And their stomachs did not like the large quantity of maggots involved. Now I get to find somebody to monitor them while I'm gone at the wedding tomorrow, unless I see any more concerning symptoms before then. I will also be scrolling through eye bleach and trying to not feel like I have those little bugs all over myself. Too long did not read. Trusted my dogs to not get into trouble when unsupervised. They ate a dead animal and threw up maggots and entrails all over my house. Red puke with maggots. You have a future in horror cinema. Thank you, but I think I'll stick to trusting humans from now on. Animals will be animals. Don't be too harsh on your dogs. They can't think like us. No matter how much training they get. They will always still be dogs and not have the same brain as we do. I know it's a shitty situation and it's okay to be upset, but just remember at the end of the day, they're dogs. Gross. Don't go.